Thank you very much to all our new followers and to those from forever for supporting this channel. Your subscription helps us grow and improve the quality of our content. Welcome aboard. Don't forget to click the like button and activate the notification bell to stay updated with the latest news from the channel.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing of a model kit that, for me, is super special. This is a reference book, Star Wars from 1975 to 1985, and here are the series and movies that, well, created a whole fantasy world during that time, especially for the kids of that era, right? So the book is great as a reference. And I'm going to focus on my favorite series, because my favorite series is a bit unknown and it's important to talk about it before we do the unboxing. The series is Space, 1999, and this is my favorite ship, the Eagle from Space, 1999. This one in particular, this is a relic because it's the original toy. My friend Manolo gave them to me as a gift, and I keep them like a treasure because this really is a treasure. I've never wanted to restore or fix it because I think this kind of toy should show the passage of time. The series Space, 1999 starred Barbara Bain and Martin Landau. Barbara Bain and Martin Landau, and it was inspired a little by 2001. That's why the suits, the clothes, well, it's a little inspired. Who was inspired in 2001 to create the ships, the base, and all of this? Here are Mr. Gerry Anderson and his wife.
Gerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson were a dynamic creative partnership whose visionary work revolutionized children's television and science fiction storytelling in the mid-20th century. Together, they crafted some of the most iconic and beloved series in British pop culture, blending cutting-edge technology, imaginative narratives, and unforgettable characters. Their shows, most famously Thunderbirds, captivated audiences with futuristic worlds, daring heroes, and a unique production style known as supermarionation, which used electronically controlled puppets to bring stories to life. Gerry, the technical mastermind, was driven by a passion for innovation and cinematic storytelling. Sylvia, with her flair for character development and costume design, brought elegance and emotional depth to their productions. That's all for now. Over and out.
And well, it was this gentleman here, Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson had also worked on Alien.
Brian Johnson is a legendary British special effects artist, known for his groundbreaking work on iconic sci-fi films like Alien and The Empire Strikes Back.
The Eighth Passenger, and well, they brought him in to work on The Empire Strikes Back, okay, and Brian Johnson was the one who developed the special effects for this magnificent series that had 2 seasons. Steady, and we could multiply exposed elements because we did everything on original film. Here is the Eagle, which is a super versatile ship. It has a cockpit. The pilots sit here. There are 2 of them. They communicate with this, well, with this area here that has a little door. Back here there's another little door, so there are like 2 important sections of the ship for maintenance. And here there's a module that's interchangeable. That is, the Eagle comes, picks up a module, and takes it, right? And the modules are interchangeable, so the ship is versatile. It can be used to transport cargo, passengers, or whatever is needed. So it's a practical design, not a design that's like, I'm going to go wild and make the ship have. No, this one makes sense. It has these four pieces where the legs go, which retract. And it has these little thrusters that allow it to make precise movements. It has the main engines for primary thrust and the little thrusters, and the ship just lands and takes off. And well, just because it's a practical ship, something that could be built and could actually work on the moon today. It could be used. I mean, if some engineer said, well, I'm going to use the Eagle's design, because honestly, the Eagle's design is super practical since it's configurable. So this could be done. Here I have, well, since I'm a geek, I have here the original autograph of Brian Johnson, who worked on The Empire Strikes Back, and here I have the original autograph of Barbara Bain, who not only worked on Space. So, let's take a look at the model they sent me of. Well, they sent it to me because I bought it from Gerry Anderson's company directly, which still has a website where they promote merchandise from the series. Not just Space, 1999, but also others like, well, UFO, and a few more. So, the book is really great, really great. You can buy it because it's a fascinating overview of all the. Here we have John Dykstra working on the Galactica model as well, the designs by Ralph McQuarrie. In other words, the book is totally worth it. You can buy it. And what's interesting now is to see the little box for the model and how the model comes, which is made of injection molded plastic. Here it is. It comes in perfect condition. The shipping for the model is top-notch. From the moment I bought it until it arrived, I was able to track it. Perfect. No issues at all with the model. The company is based in England, but they obviously ship it from China, and it arrives in perfect condition. We see the original logo. We have the ship, this eagle. This model isn't one of the most expensive, but it's not the cheapest either. It's a bit pricey. And it's just a piece of the box, okay? It comes with the number 4 there, the 4, for ages 10 and up, and it's at a 1:72 scale. Here there's an illustration with a volcano, because in the episode where this ship appears, these kinds of volcanoes show up. On the sides, we get a little preview of what's inside the model kit, which would be the decals. Over here, we have the illustration. It's just a simple presentation. And here we see how the finished model will look, which is super, super detailed. It does have a little issue, which we'll look at in a moment, but we'll also see how we can fix it. And here we have an illustration of it in the hangar at Alpha Base. Over here, well, just the illustration, the decals we've seen, and that's it, nothing more. But on the back here, the box also comes with illustrations so you can get an idea of how you need to. There are 209 pieces. That's pretty good. It appeared in Season 2 of Space, 1999. Alright, let's open it up because the box itself is worth checking out too. And well, inside we've got the decals, the instructions, and all the injection molded plastic. It also comes with the base, so let's take all of this out at once and take a look at the box. Because on the side of the container box, there's a color and decal guide. This side, this top view, everything is really well detailed, and, well, this too. And it's interesting because the font isn't exactly the one from Space, 1999, which is an iconic typeface. The numbers seem to match, but the letters don't. It's a shame, because that would have made it perfect. But anyway, they've also used a typeface and printing that's super, super precise. These are some wonderful editing PDFs. The box presentation is really, really nice. Let's see what else is inside. We have the instructions, which, as always, are a super detailed pamphlet where we follow the steps one by one. The diagrams are perfect and the instructions are foolproof, so, just like in all model kits, the instructions are perfect. The decals, well, let's open them up. Of course, they come with a protective sheet, and here they are. They're top-notch. They're super, super detailed. With these, your model is going to look amazing. Really, when it comes to the decals, the detail is perfect. I don't think it could be done any better. Let's put them away and take a look at the injection molded plastic. The details are spectacular. I think. It can't be done any better. It's really, really well done. Once it's painted, this is going to look amazing. Let's take a look at this one. It's the same. Perfect. All right, let's put this one away and move on to the next. Well, this one is also top-notch. This is the issue I noticed with the model from the very beginning. The pilot windows, which are these right here, aren't open. There's a decal to put on it, This is the bottom part and this is the top part, okay? There's a decal to put here in black because the glass on the original model is black. But honestly, I'd like to open this up, build a cockpit, and have some light showing inside the cabin, even if it's just faint. But anyway, that's the detail I'm talking about. It's perfect, super, super detail. Perfect. And this one, which is the same, is also perfect. Let's check out the next one. Well, like I said, not only is it super detailed, but there are a ton of pieces. These, well, seem to be the feet, the legs. I think you can buy this model kit without any worries. It's not the kind of model kit that lets you down. This is also impressive. I have NPC Star Wars model kits, like the Millennium Falcon, that honestly leave a lot to be desired in some areas, but look at this one, look at what it comes with. There are 4 modules, so it's repeated 4 times, the perfect module. One is left, so let's take it out. This is the back part of the cockpit, and then all the frames that support the ship, which I think is what makes it interesting, you know. It's a ship built with scaffolding because the gravity on the moon allows the ship to be built like this, and this was really well thought out. And these are the modules, the bottom and the top ones, for the central piece. Spectacular. The ship, the model kit, I mean, wow. Not only do I not regret buying it, but honestly, I'm super happy. Really happy to have it and to start building it soon. Maybe I'll start working on it sooner than I thought, because it looks like I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. And then it comes with this piece, okay? This piece, with its little screws inside and its frame to display the ship, well, on your display stand. I'll probably make a diorama with a lunar surface. The model is totally worth it. It has a ton of parts. And I think you're going to have a blast. If you go to Gerry Anderson's website, the production company, check to see if there are any left, because there aren't many, and if you want an even bigger one, you can get on the waiting list to get an even bigger one. Honestly, it's been a dream of mine to be able to build a model of an eagle from space. 1999. Of course, I don't just think I'm going to make it a lunar base, but also, I'm going to add the appropriate little lights, both in the engines and in the cockpit, and the signal lights that it's supposed to have. I've seen some pictures with their signal lights. And well, maybe even some smoke coming out of the thrusters. The diorama, the model and the diorama, also have their challenges, but we're going to try to do it all. We're going to turn all of this into a model. Of course, I'll leave the purchase link in the description box for anyone who wants to do their own research directly on the website of The Producer of Space, 1999 and other legendary series from that era. Thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It's important for small channels like this one. See you next time.